ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदम् पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं वादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। वर्ष नंबर 458। तद्वत् परे ब्रह्मणि वर्तमान तदात्मना तिष्ठति नान्यदीक्षते स्मृतिर्यथा स्वप्नविलोकितार्थे तथा विदाप्रासनमोचनादौ। I repeat it again. तत्परे ब्रह्मणि वर्तमान सदात्मना तिष्ठति नान्यदीक्षते स्मृतिर्यथा स्वप्नविलोकितार्थे तथा विदाप्रासनमोचनादौ। See the translation. Even so, the sage abiding in eternal reality in the form of the true self does not perceive anything else. Just as one recollects the objects in the dream, the realized one remembers his day-to-day acts to eating, releasing, etc. See the translation again. Similarly, he who is observed in Brahman lives identified with the eternal Atman and beholds nothing else. As one has a memory of the object seen in dream, so the man of realization has a memory of the everyday action such as eating and so forth. An example was given in verse number 456. The example was like a person who had come from the dream state to waking state. Now he is awakened. Tadvat. We have discussed about this example deeply. Now Shankaracharya says Tadvat, very similar like that. The person has become realized about the truth of self and Brahman. Tadvat Brahmani Vartamana means who has understood the oneness, becomes identified with the self. See, when we see the dreams, in dream states, there is another world. It is very different from the world of the waking. When we get up from the dream state and now we are in waking state. Upanishad says, yet we are in dream state. You are not fully awakened. You are not awakened yet. The universe is like a dream world. I remember in Yoga Vasishtha, Vasishtha Rishi says to the Lord Ram, he says, O Ram, Dirgha Swapnam Imam Vidhi Dirgam Vachitta Vibramam. This universe is nothing, just a big dream. Big dream. It is continuous. It looks very similar. Dirgham Swapnam Imam Vidhi. Vasishtha says, O Ram, this universe is just a very big dream. Bodies will come and go. But dream is continuous. Places you can change. Conditions will be different. But dream is continuous. Sometimes we are poor. Sometimes we are king. Sometimes we are intelligent. Sometimes we are not. There are so many conditions, situations, bodies, but dream will continue there. That is why Upanishad says, Utishtat Jagrat Prapya Varan Nivodat. Wake up. You are still sleeping. You are still in dream state. A different kind of dream. So wake up. Utishta. Sadvat Brahmane Vartamana. When someone awakened from the state of dream, state of the illusion, then what happens? Brahmani Vartamana. The seeker, the Muni, the spiritual seeker, he established where in Brahmani. Brahmani means I am the Brahman. I am the Brahman. Brahman is not apart from the me. I am not in the body. I am not embodiment soul. I am the Brahman. I am not limited. Vartamana, very meaningful word is Vartamana. We divide time in three parts. We divide time, just imagination. We cannot divide the time. Time divides us. We cannot divide the time. But just imagination, we created past, future, and present. Present means Vartman. Vartman, where you are living. Past means who has passed. It is past. Future is yet to come. But reality is, you are here in present. Your presence is here. So this is the present. I am here. I am happy. This is the present. I am miserable. This is the present. You would be more happy in future. It is your imagination. But now, right now, I am happy. I am miserable. I am in pain. These feelings are present. They are because of you. You are, that is why you are happy. You present, that is why you are unhappy. You present that you are sad, you are hungry, you are thirsty because you are there. Vartamana. So now we think always that I am in the body, I am happy, I am a human being, I am father, I am mother, I am sister, I am so, I am so. This is our presence. Now our presence is as a human being. Our presence is as a father. Our presence is as a mother, as a sister, not as a Brahman. So this is the conditioning our presence. This presence is conditioned by body, by mind, by any other condition. So Tatvat Brahmani Vartamana, this seeker is always established in where I am the Brahman, I am the Brahman. Brahmani Vartamana. So this is waking state. According to scripture, according to great master, according to whole spirituality, this is the real awakening state. Sadatpana tishtati nanya dikshate. And that person remains always, I am the Brahman. This is not matter of chanting. You don't say always, I am the Brahman, I am the Brahman, I am the Brahman. It is not necessary. You are not saying, I am a human being, I am human being, I am mother, I am mother. Nobody says that. I am father, I am sannyasi. Who says it? There is no need. Sadatmana tishtati nanya dikshate. Always remember, I am the Brahman. I am the pure consciousness. Nanya dikshate. Then there is no otherness. You cannot see, Brahman cannot see the other. This is the problem with Brahman. Brahman, like your body, this is your body. You never thought this part of my body is different from me. My hand is different from the me. My head is different from the me. My legs are different from the me. No. Because you are same in the body. You are one with the body. Then there is no separation. So Brahman is the one. Brahman is the one. There is no other. Nanya dikshate. So this person always remains in our essential nature. The question is again, should we ask? The question is, if he is established in Brahman, there is no other, then how that person, how does he manage all its day-to-day life's activity? Eating, sleeping, doing anything. Shankaracharya says, Swapna Valokitartha. Understand? You have to understand the relation between you and your body. You have to understand, very important point is, what is the distance between you and your body? And what is the relation between you and your body? Body is because of you. And you are expressing yourself through the body. So what is the relation between us and the body? This is an art. Understand proper relationship between you and your body. You can manage other relationships. You may manage your relationship with your brother, your father, sister, mother, family, society, country. It's okay. But very first relation is in this world, your for you. This is you and your body. This relation should be maintained perfectly, and it is an art. Sometimes we become so entangled, and sometimes just opposite. Sometimes we become so obsessed. Sometimes we just opposite. The real seeker in Lord Sri Krishna Bhagavad Gita, Lord Sri Krishna says, Yukta ahar viharasya, yukta chestasya karmasu, yukta swapnavabodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkha. The relation between you and body should be maintained perfectly. Then body is not problem to you. And you are also not problem of body. The God has given to you a very wonderful mechanism. Very wonderful mechanism. We are searching wonderful things in the world. There are 7 wonders, 8 wonders, and so many things are being propagating all over the world. But just close your eyes and take your contemplation with your body. You will realize that there is no any other wonder than your body. Body is, every body has wonders. Option, there is no option. The working of the body, digestion system of the body, breathing system of the body, thinking process of the body, all are the wonders you never thought. We are searching. Shankaracharya says, Smritir yatha swapna vilokitarthe. Your body will give you full support. Body has a very, very powerful mechanism. It becomes very smooth with you. When you are in the worldly life, that time we do spirituality as a mechanism. We take a mala, I start chanting mantra, mala is in the hand, and tongue is started the chanting Namah Shivaya, Ram Ram, and any mantra. So mala is in the hand, tongue is chanting the Lord's name. So okay. Where is the mind? Mind is wandering all around the world. Mind is not with you. Mind is not with your mala. Mind is not with your chanting. It is somewhere else. So spirituality we do as a mechanism. In this stage, In this state, when a realized person have established, a realized person got establishment in the Brahman, the world wish becomes automatic. He says, Tata Vidas Prasana Mochanado. When he is hungry, automatically hand goes, take food and eat. Nothing to do special. He's sleepy, takes deep sleep. Wait, he does everything. He does everything just mechanically. And your body will give you the support. Tata Vida Prasana Mochanado. He is giving an example here also. When we are in waking state and we recollect our dream state, we remember our memory. Today night I have seen so wonderful the dream. Sometimes we forget, but sometimes we remember. And when we remember our dream state and we say, today I saw a very wonderful dream. I went in Himalaya. I went to the Ganges. I did so. Even we know this is just imagination, nothing else. But we can remember it. Smritiriyata. He says same. The realized person, the fully awakened person, he is established in the Brahman and now remember the world. See the difference between an ignorant person and a realized person. When an ignorant person remember the world, he remember as a truth. Then he becomes attached. An ignorant person remember the world because he think this is real. Whatever I am remembering, this is real. If I remember someone, this person is real. If I am remembering any object, this object is real. That is why I am missing. But realized person, he also remember the world, but just for enjoyment. He know this is unreal. Even he can remember. Smritiriyata Swapnavalokhitartha. So, Shankaracharya says, having realized the Brahman, in this state, world can be remembered and the daily to daily life activity can be done without any attachment, just used to, just because of habit. Now next one. Karmana nirmito deha prarabdham tasya kalpyatam nanade atmano yuktam naivatma karma nirmita. I repeat this chanting again. Karmana nirmito deha prarabdham tasya kalpyatam nanaderatmano yuktam naivatma karma nirmita. See the translation. The body has been made by prarabdha. So regard prarabdha as belonging to the body, but it is not reasonable to attribute it to the self, for the self is beginningless and never created as a result of the past action. See that again, translation. The body has been created by karma. So one may imagine the prarabdha may reference to it, but it is not reasonable to attribute the same to Atman, for the Atman is never the outcome of work. Now Shankaracharya takes one more next step, higher step. He says, Karmana nirmito deha. The first thing is, what is the product of the destiny? Prarabdha means destiny. Destiny decides your destination, where you are going. So he says, Karmana nirmito deha. The body is created by the destiny. Body is created by the body. And body does not mean only your body. Body means the all entire universe. Entire universe is a creation of the destiny. The universe is also a body. As we discussed in previous lecture, the entire the universe is the body of the gods. Sun is also a body. Moon also a body. Ocean also a body. That is why in our Puranas it is said, Chandrama Devata. Chandrama, the moon is a Devata. Surya Devata. Varuna Devata. So everything you can say that object, but spirituality will say this is object, not object, this the body. So body is creation of the destiny. There is the stone. It is also body. Tree is also a body. Himalaya also a body. So every thing is a body. And it is created by destiny. Destiny means who gives you pain or pleasure. Destiny means who gives you pain or pleasure. Shankaracharya says, Karmana nirmito deha prarabdham tasya kalpata. And one more thing here, the only inert can be created. Inert, in other language, you can say that objects can be created. Whatever creation is, it is belong to only inert, insentient. Himalaya is a creation. Ocean is a creation. Sun is a creation. Moon is creation. So many galaxies are creation. And small, very minutest insect also is creation. It is created by Prarabdha. Prarabdha is doing everything. And one thing remember, because when the matter is of creation, then we think why. If we found something, a new thing in the market, new device in the market, the question will arise in our mind, what the use of this device? What is the purpose of this device? If there is creation, then there are so many questions like who created it, why created it, what is the purpose? That is why the all creation, the all body is the created by the prarabdha. They have their purpose. Our body has purpose. Your mind is purposeful. Your sense organs has purpose. But you are without purpose. Your mind is with purpose. Your sense organs are with purpose. Even chair also purpose. A very small needle has a purpose. But there is no purpose of yours. Why are you? Because the self, the soul is not created. It cannot be created. Only objects can be created. Shankaracharya says, Nanade Atmattam Yuktam. The soul is Anadi. Anadi means there is no beginning, no birth. Because any creation is created by the consciousness. Creation cannot be done by unconscious. One chair cannot make another chair. One building cannot make another building. One computer cannot create another computer. No matter how most advanced it is. So everything which is created has its purpose. You can find in purpose in this world. Everything has its purpose. Small needle, a knife, anything. Because it is created. But soul has no purpose. Because it is not created. It is, Aja Shankaracharya says, Ajo Anade. It is, but without any creation. And we create the world. Because, one more thing, our creation and creation of the gods, there is some difference. Because God's creation is complete. God is omniscient. God knows past. God knows future. Obviously present. So God creates perfect creation. No any update required. But when we create something, updates are needed. Because our knowledge is limited. Our understanding is limited. So that is why our creation is not complete. Anytime, our creation is always incomplete. But God's creation is always complete. Anadi. So see, all creation belong to the prarabdha, destiny. That is why sun has its destiny. According to our scriptures, moon has its destiny. Ocean has its destiny. Himalaya has its destiny. And very small insect has its own destiny. They are suffering or enjoying their destiny. It is happening all over the world. It is happening without any optional thing. In the heaven, gods are enjoying their destiny. In the human body, we are enjoying our destiny. Animals are enjoying their destiny. Insects are enjoying their destiny. A stone also, a tree, a flower, a leaf, everything is because of this. Because they are created. Every creation has destiny. How to take birth, how to live, and how to die. All things are controlled by destiny. Only one thing is, and that is soul, that is you, subject, na anade atmano yuktam. This is anadi beginningless. It is not creation. So, na karma nirmitam. So this, the soul is not created by prarabdha. See, everything, the entire universe is creation of the prarabdha. Only soul, consciousness, God, Brahman is not creation. Now next one. अजो नित्या शाश्वत इति ब्रूते श्रुतिरमोघवात् तदात्मना तिष्ठतो वस्य कुता प्रारब्ध कल्पना. I repeat it again. अजो नित्या शाश्वत इति श्रुते ब्रूते श्रुतिरमोघवात् तदात्मना तिष्ठतो वस्य कुता प्रारब्ध कल्पना. See the meaning. The self is worthless, eternal, and undecaying. Such is the infallible declaration of the Shruti. How can Prarabdha be attributed to one abiding in the self? See the translation again very carefully. Translation has to be understood very carefully. The Shruti, whose words are infallible, declare the Atman to be worthless, eternal, and undecaying. So to the man who lives identified with that, how can the prarabdha be attributed? In previous verse, Shankaracharya said it logically. Now he is saying, what I am saying, it is not my thought. It is oriented from the Shruti. Bhagavati Shruti says, Ajo Nitya Shashvatoyam Purana. Think just deeply about the self. Is it creation? Is it created by someone? If is it created, then who is creator? Consciousness is creation, then who is the creator of the consciousness? If consciousness is creation, then its creator must be insentient. Otherwise, a sentient, how can create another sentient? It is a philosophically more advanced thought. Like one inert object cannot create another inert object. A chair cannot create another chair. A computer cannot create another computer. A building cannot make another building. Then one consciousness, how can one consciousness can create another consciousness? If consciousness does not create another consciousness, then who is the creator? Unconscious? Unconscious is not creator. So Shankaracharya says, logically it is proved the consciousness cannot be created. Consciousness does not have parts. Creation means assembly. Creation means assembled. There are so many parts, so many limbs, so many particles, components, and it's a creation. Creation means nothing. There were so many parts here and there, then we collected and we assembled. It's a creation. It's a building. Building what? The material was, some material was here, some was there, and we collected and put together. It becomes building, one unit. But it is not one unit. So creation means there are so many objects and appear as a one. That is creation. Many objects, they are not one, there are many, many objects and they appear as a one. This is the creation. What Himalaya is? There are unlimited atoms, unaccountable atoms. When appears as a one, you can say this is stone. In creation, there must be particles, objects. But in consciousness, there is no parts. In consciousness, there is no particle, no limb. Consciousness is one. One consciousness is not assembled. It is not creation. And in reference, he is giving a mantra from the Shruti, Ajo Nitya Shastatoyam Purano. In Bhagavad Gita, in Katha Upanishad, in everywhere, it is clearly has been said. Ajo Nitya, the self is as without birth. It is, but it did not take birth. Nitya, it is always, always. Shashwat, and ever fresh. It is always and ever fresh. No modification, no changes. Shruti Amoghavag, Bhagavati Shruti always says like this, and Bhagavati Shruti never tells lies. He always, Bhagavati Shruti always tells about truth. Truth means what? Bhagavati Shruti, the Vedas, the scriptures, do not talk about this truth, the bodily truth. They always try to talk about the absolute truth. Sometimes it appears that they are talking about the bodily truth, but no. If you will go to inside, you will find that they are talking about the absolute truth. Tadatmana tishtato vasya uta prarabdha kalpana. So see, Shankaracharya takes another higher level step. He says, in spirituality, there are philosophies, there are so many faiths, religions. They say, your destiny. They say your destiny, you have to suffer, you have to enjoy it because it is your destiny. It is your destiny. Shankaracharya takes one more step. He says, no, not your destiny. Only Shankaracharya can dare. He can reveal such truth. He had so great courage. He says, no. Tadatmana tishtato asti kuta prarabdha kalpana. No. No matter who is saying your prarabdha, your destiny, he says, no. You are not attached with the destiny. Not your destiny. Tadatmana tishtato vasya. The person who is established in the Brahma Bhava. I am the Brahman. I am the consciousness. And never, destiny never can reach the consciousness. See, as we discussed before, the all creation is because of destiny. So destiny has power to control them. Destiny has power to control sun. Destiny has power to control moon, ocean, Himalaya, entire universe. But destiny does not have power to control consciousness because consciousness is not created by destiny. Consciousness is the controller of the destiny. See the difference. That is why consciousness is the God. God the controller, not controlled. Tadatmana tishtato vasya. The one who is established in Brahma Bhava. I am the Brahma, I am the Brahman. I am the Brahman. For this person, kuta prarabdha kalpana, there is no destiny. Destiny does not belong to that person. Yes, destiny is, but destiny belongs only to the body. Destiny belongs to the mind. Destiny belongs to the intellect. Your pranas, your heart, your kidney, your liver, your blood circulation, everything is controlled by the destiny. All universally controlled by the destiny. But consciousness is beyond of the destiny. So he says, Tadatmana tishtato, who accepts that, who admits that I am the consciousness, kuta prarabdha kalpana, for him there is no destiny. Now, next one. Prarabdham siddhati yada tada dehatmana sthiti dehatma bhavo naiveshta prarabdham tyajyatam atah. I repeat it again. Prarabdham siddhati yada tada dehatmana sthiti dehatma bhavo naiveshta prarabdham tyajyatam atah. See the translation. Sarira only as long as one lives identify with the one's body. One can accept that prarabdha exists, but no one accepts that a man of realization ever identifies with the body. Hence, in this case, prarabdha should be abundant. See the translation again. The prarabdha can be maintained only so long as one lives identified with the body. But one admits that man of realization ever identifies himself with the body. Hence, the prarabdha should be rejected in this case. Very clearly, the thoughts of the Shankaracharya are very, very clear. There is no confusion, no delusion, no doubts. Very clear, very strong, very powerful. Just you have to digest it. He says, प्रारब्धम सिद्ध्यति तदा यदा देहात्मनस्ति. He says, yes, I am agree. There is destiny. There is prarabdha, luck. It is when you accept that I am the body. If once you have accepted that you are the body, then even God also cannot save you. If you have accepted that I am the body, I was born, I will die, obviously all thoughts will come. Once you have accepted I am the body, then there is no speed breaker. All thoughts will rush towards you. I will die. I am sick. I am hungry. I have this. I don't have this. I want this. I don't want this. All things will be started. So identification with the body, it invites destiny. Prarabdham siddhati yada tada dehatmana sthiti. I am the body. Just accept. Already accepted. I am the body. Then don't worry. Prarabdha will come. No one can stop. No any mantra. No any God. No any medicine. No any doctor. Whatever you do. But Prarabdha will succeed. Whatever you do. Any mantra. Any medicine. Any God. Any effort you make. But Prarabdha will take its own way. You have accepted that I am individual. Your individuality is cause for the Prarabdha. Prarabdham siddhati yada tada dehatmanasthiti. So it's up to you. If you want to be suffer, if you want to be miserable, just accept. Already accepted that I am the body, enough. Nothing to do. All things will be happen automatically. You cannot deny. Dehatmana sthiti. Dehatma bhavo naivishta. I am the body, I am the mind. And one thing he is saying, naivishta, the seeker, the spiritual seeker, never think about the bhav or body, the body bhav. And if you think deeply, you will find that not only spiritual seeker, everyone wants to go beyond the body. But who has a desire for liberation from the world, he does not want identification with the body. He is striving to know pure self. That is the journey. This is a journey from gross object to subtle. The journey is towards pure consciousness. The body is gross object. And we want to go beyond that and subtle state. So every seeker wants to become consciousness. No one wants to be inert. No one wants to be like a stone. Everyone wants to become consciousness. And sometimes there are so many philosophies, so many religions all over the world. They are also directly or indirectly, they are also trying to get supreme consciousness. Their names may be different, but their intention is to get supreme consciousness, absolute truth, absolute consciousness. That is why in scriptures are saying asatoma sadgamaya. Always we are trying to from asat, unreal to real, unreal to real. Dehatma bhavo naivishta. The seeker of the truth never wants the limitation of the body. That is why prarabdham tyajyatam mata, he says, just forget about prarabdha, destiny. Destiny does not belong to you. Luck, bhagya, prarabdha, it belong to the body, belong to the world, mind, intellect, everything is realm of the destiny. But you are not with the destiny. You are different from the destiny. So Shankaracharya says, this is a higher level. Destiny does not belong to you. You are realized or not. This is a different matter. But destiny is bodies. Destiny is mind, sense organs. But destiny does not belong to you any time. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Isharo Gururatmiti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.